Hello everybody, it's Aaron. Welcome back to the Crack Pack. I just killed a Wither boss and it was very anticlimactic. Mob griefing is off on the server, so it wasn't really much of a problem, but I did get another star, a division sigil, which we'll do in another episode. I've already got some cursed earth, so it's no big deal. And I got one of these miniature yellow hearts, which I believe you craft into something that goes here. That'll come in handy for the blood magic stuff. If I have to drain myself, it'll give me a little extra leeway. So I'm missing something from here. I need to make some plastic sheets, and I forgot to cook the rubber bars. But not to worry. I put every single energy and speed upgrade that I can in all of these machines. And they're all using 200 RF, and we're generating about 1100, so that is not a problem. The induction smelter or something, it's a regular redstone furnace, is missing from this line. I haven't decided if I'm going to put it right here, but I added it up, and as you can see, it's 540 RF a tick. So it's about half of what one of these setups will make. So I'll probably just duplicate this for these machines. I'll probably make another crucible and transposer. The reason being, I can never get the glowstone to work out just right, but I never have a problem with filling things with redstone or ender juice. So I'll use one for glowstone juice only, and then I'll use the other set for ender pearls and redstone. So we should have our stuff in here. We'll make a couple of these, and then we should be able to do this. We're going to need a couple of other things. We're going to need portable tanks. We'll make 2 of those, and I think that I can upgrade them twice, because I do have hardened glass in here. Awesome, okay. We got some fluid ducts, and I guess I'll throw this stuff back in here. Actually, let's take out that. And get rid of some of this other stuff. I've been using this cleaver to get the nether skeleton heads, wither skeletons, whatever they're called. I've got one modifier left. I can add another 10% chance to behead, or I can throw another 72 quartz on it. I haven't decided which I want to do. So I think I'll probably, I don't know, maybe I'll just put moss on it. I went ahead and safari netted another skeleton. So once we have an auto spawner, we can spawn some. Alright, I got an energy cell, this thing, and I think I'm going to also need an item duct or a chest. I think those let a little bit of light through, so let's see. Let's grab some covers. They're not going to match. I wonder if we can make compressed cobblestone covers. We can. We're having a lot of server lag today. The tick rate has been below 10 all day, which is a little too low for my taste. Yeah, we definitely need a reboot. So I think that's everything we're going to need for this. So let's go down. I've prepared a little area. Here it is. What we'll do is we'll put the slaughterhouse. I'm pretty sure it's 5x5, just like the grinder. We'll put the energy cell here. Let's give it a high redstone signal. Make sure that it works. Yep, we have power. Alright, and I forgot my cursed earth, of course. Always forget something. And I'll bring a night vision. I think they're still on the stand. Just in case it's a little dark so I don't have to do it in post-processing. So what's our light level? 7 and 8. I don't remember what the threshold is. And it may very well be coming in from up there. So what we should do is this. Oh, much better. Alright, I think that's still a little bright, so I don't really know where it's coming from unless it's coming from the energy cell. So we could put it on top of it. That'll give us a little bit of room. Or we could put it underneath it, but then it'll be touching the cursed earth. Yeah, that thing definitely puts off light. So let's grab, I don't think I've made a conduit. I got some universal cable. Luckily, the elevator worked even though that cobblestone was there. I don't think that's intended. So I'm not sure if this will work with covers. We'll find out in a second. I think it might. Yeah, it does because I did it before. Okay. So that should not let any light through. And if we put this guy here, we'll reconfigure that to output. And I don't think it really uses that much energy, so it's probably not that big of a deal. So how I like to do this, I didn't bring any item ducts, so it'll lock up at some point. We can go get some after the thing starts working. I like to take my fluid duct and I like to stick 2 portable tanks underneath it. One will get the meat juice and the other will get the pink slime juice. It's a pretty easy way to separate it. And then if you're not going to do anything with the liquid meat, you can just break that tank and it loses its inventory. Let me check my light levels in here. 2. It still goes up to 5. Maybe those covers don't block enough light. We'll see how it goes. It's probably okay. Alright, so we'll put this stuff down, then I'll jump out of here. I don't know. I was going to say I don't know how long it takes to start working. Apparently not long. And I'll leave this corner open just so I can jump up and see what's happening in here. For some reason I thought I needed item ducts. I don't. This thing only outputs liquid. That's my bad. So we got meat and it's not flowing out. It may need to go out the back of it. If I can set my item ducts correctly. Yep, there we go. Unfortunately, both of them got meat. Maybe it's you don't have to wrench it. So now we've got pink slime in our fluid duct. If we break that one and put it back down, we should get pink slime in this one. There we go. So now we just let this thing work until we have enough pink slime to make some stuff. And then if we want to take the meat, I think it goes through the meat packer, and then it makes meat ingots or nuggets or whatever. So I'm going to let this thing run, and then I'll bring you back when I've got enough of this to get some pink slime balls, and we'll go ahead and I think we can go ahead and make the laser drill parts. Just a word of warning, check your recipes. I was used to a recipe for the reactor casing for big reactors that use steel, and so I made a bunch of steel, and then I look up the recipe to make some, and it only uses iron. So I've got a bunch of extra steel and nothing to do with it. So remember to check your recipes. So we'll let this go, and I will rejoin you momentarily. Welcome back, everybody. I've been having some technical issues today. It's just not my day, and the last segment didn't work out audio wise, so I'm just gonna kind of recap what I've done and what we're gonna do moving forward. I've got about 10 buckets of pink slime juice. I've already made the laser drill and pre-chargers and set it all up. This thing is filled up about 4 or 5 times, and I just break it because I don't really want the liquid. So I think I'm going to switch this out for a grinder and put another few portable tanks on it so we can get some mob juice, and then maybe spawn some nether skeletons and use the cleaver and an autonomous activator to kill them and get the heads. So what I've done over here, where is it? I made a 9x9 reactor with 5 fuel rods, and it makes about 19,000 RF per tick, which is pretty good. So what I want to do is I filled the thing up with yellowite, and I left a stack in here. It's already used 6 of them. I want to run this thing full bore and see what we get from it. I've already taken all the ores out of the AE system. We've already gotten quite a few actually, but I took out all the ores, or they were already processed before I started. And you can see we've got some lapis, diamond, a couple emeralds, some stuff we don't really need or want, but we're getting a little bit of everything. So I haven't seen any redstone yet, but that's okay. So I've read some conflicting information on 2 different things. I'll get into the specifics of this in a minute. I've read some conflicting information about the focuses that you put in here. One source said that yellow focus will give you yellowite and other yellow things, and then one source said that cyan will. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll put a diamond chest on top of this at some point, try with all cyan and see what happens, and then all yellow and see what happens, just to see what we get. If you know, please leave me a comment. The other thing is about the redstone conduit. I was under the impression that there was no overall limit, but there was a 10,000 RF limit per connection. So that one is 10,000 and this one is 10,000. However, when I only had one of these hooked up, the generator is making 19,000 RF and the buffer wasn't filling, meaning that all 19,000 RF was being transmitted out. So I'm not really sure what's up, but I just went ahead and left 2 hooked up and split it between the pre-chargers. And the ender chest is hooked up to the other side, and it automatically gets imported into AE. So if you never used big reactors before, the things you must have a casing around the outside, like an outline kinda. I think the minimum is 5 by 5. You need a controller. You need at least one access port, and then you need one power tap to get your power out. And then you're gonna need at least one control rod, and then those things are called fuel rods. If it's a 5 by 5, I think you need 3 of them. That's where the Yellorium actually goes. You don't have to put any liquid inside. You can put, you can just leave air. You can put diamond blocks, gold blocks, water, redstone juice. I use ender juice because I don't have any cryothium. But they don't have to be source blocks, which is why they're flowing. I just put one source block on each side of the fuel rod, and it seems to do okay. Once I get some blizz rods, somebody else already made a portal to the deep dark, and there are some that spawn there, so I think I may go through with Wook at some point and see if we can find some, and then I'll make some cryothium and I'll see what the temperature is. I mean, it's only halfway right now, so I mean, I think we're doing pretty well. So since I built this dedicated for this laser drill and the pre-chargers, I'm not even going to worry about turning it on and off. Like I said, I'm just going to let it run out of fuel and then see what we get. And then at some point I may hook it up automatically, but I mean, if it's going to run for 4 days or something like that, I'll just fill it up every 4 days. No big deal. I'm cool with that. So I think I have some time since I lost a couple of clips. Let's see what a grinder takes. We could set up a grinder in there. It looks like I probably have most of the stuff, or I can craft it easily. So we do 2 of those. We're going to need the conduction thing, reception thing, whatever, and the sword. There we go. Bam. So I am going to clear this out also. I'm going to leave a 1 block border around the edge, probably a contrasting color, and then I'm going to put an elevator to get to that level and pretty it all up. I'm not sure how, but I'm going to figure something out. So let's get rid of this. And I don't know where all my light's coming from. Let's go ahead and block it out a little bit. This will only take a second, so I'm not going to drink a potion or anything. I think if I pick up the energy cell, that'll take away a lot of light. It still has plenty of energy. So let's take this away. We'll put down the grinder. The grinder is going to make drops, so I'm going to put... I should make another ender chest to put there. That would be the smart thing to do. Because otherwise everything's just going to sit over here and it might cause a little bit of lag. I didn't want to do that. Let's break it because I don't really want that meat juice. I want the good stuff. Give me the mob essence. So I'll block that back up because we don't really need it. And let's go make another ender chest very quickly. I used all my ender pearls on the ender juice for the big reactor. So I'm going to have to go. There's actually a couple of spawners. There's like 4 of them in one room. It's in a better dungeon or whatever. So I'll just go over there and farm them with my looting sword. Once we do have some mob essence, I will... Whoa. There we go. Once we do have some mob essence, we'll make an auto spawner. And, I mean, we're not going to get that much from this. I'm going to have to redo this, probably relocate it, hook it up to power, consistent power, not an energy cell. I just use the energy cell because, you know, it's handy and these things don't use all that much power. But we're going to need to auto spawn some stuff. I've got a wither skeleton in a safari net, and I think I have a blaze, and that's it. So let's check one more time. There we go, redstone ore. If you don't know this, here's a handy tip. You need shiny ingots to make Enderium. If you run your redstone, or if you silk touch it, run it through the pulverizer, you got like a 25% chance of getting the cinnabar, the thermal expansion cinnabar. This stuff, if you put this in induction furnace or induction smelter with ferrous, you're guaranteed to get a shiny ingot every single time, and you get 3 ferrous ingots. I didn't even know about the ardite and stuff, so I'll probably do my ardite and cobalt that way as well. I'm gonna have to remelt it anyway, but at least it won't be an ore sitting in my system. So that's a pretty good tip, since shiny ingots seem to be the bottleneck for Enderium for the most part. Maybe sulfur sometimes, but this thing is plugging along. I'm trying to see, does that say 10 million RF or 100,000? Looks like it has a buffer of 100,000 RF, which is insane. Just insane. So we'll see what we get from a full load of Yellorium, and then we will go from there. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. I'll see you next time.